Okay, so hi to all. Today I'm going to record this video for speaking about an Italian guitarist that I am fan of, and because I'm also Italian, so for one time I will not speak only of Van Halen, Edward Van Halen, but I will speak of Alex De Rosso. Okay, why I'm recording this video. Sorry, my English is always so bad. Because in my opinion, Alex De Rosso in Italy is quite famous, mostly in north of Italy, but he does not get the credit he deserved to have, in my opinion, because I will make a single example for trying to clarify my thinking. For example, we have a few famous guitarists in Italy, like can be Brido or Varini, or other guitarists that they had the talent, the lucky, and they were playing with some famous Italian bands, like for example for Brido or Solieri, with Vasco Rossi, Varini with Neck, for making a few examples. Those guitarists are great, and I'm just making an example of a few of Italian famous guitarists, but there also is at same level of them, in my opinion. And speaking of hard rock music, maybe even a little bit better, but I'm not here for making a race on who is better than this or those, because just this is simply my opinion. Okay, they also never played, as far as I knew, with some Italian famous singer like Neck or Vasco Rossi, thanks to God. And but he's mostly famous in Italy and outside Italy, of course, for playing and being a member of the band Dokken, that is a famous hard rock band from the 80s. In 2003, in the tour of 2003 and 4, I think, if I well remember, yes. And so I'm making this video in English and not in Italian, because I would like that some people or users, if possible, from outside Italy, to get and going to listen to him, because he's really a great guitarist. Okay, in my simple opinion. I will speak here now quite fast of three works he made, three CD works he made in past, and I will point in particularly on one of these, that is Ossimoro, a record he made in 1998 that is a perfect crossover between the hard rock style from the 80s and the grunge style that were famous back in the 90s years. And this is the CD here, Ossimoro. He was even signed by him to me. Here is not clear the sign because he signed it in black pen. And this is a really nice record that I'm going to speak of it now quite fast, because I don't want to make a video of 25 minutes, because then people get bored on listening, okay? And if you like to listen to this record, you should listen, for example, to the first track of the record that is inside the same. I'm reading from his site. Displaced, that is displaced the riff I was playing in the beginning of the video, okay? Little Wing, that is a cover of Jimi Hendrix, that I remember that when I was following the Rosso in the early 90s, in the zone where I live in Castelfranco, that is a small city near Treviso, in the Venice area, okay, and he was playing this Little Wing Jimi Hendrix cover a lot of times live, and the tone was beautiful. We have to say that back then there wasn't a lot of guitarists, okay. In the 90s there was the mood for the grunge, so he was one of the few that were still playing hard rock at a certain level, and live he was a monster, a monster of technique and tone. I remember, and now I will tell you why I was playing the intros with this guitar. I remember that back then in the 90s he was playing in those locals near Castelfranco. The name was Belfagor, if I remember well. And he had those ESP guitar, all pink like this. I think with the reverse headstock. This is a Kramer, but just I took it for making like an example of the pink guitar he was playing live in a perfect 80 mood, like Dokken and Poison, for making few examples. He was a really big fan of George Lynch, of Dokken, and while I was going to watch him playing live, he was making a lot of tribute songs, covers of Dokken, Van Halen, and even few tunes from grunge era. And in this record, as I told, there is a perfect mix between the hard rock style from the 80s and the grunge style. Okay, then I will continue with speaking of the record, saying that the nice tracks to listen in this record are Ossimoro is the name of the record, are Tell Me Why, that is beautiful, and Wishes, that is the last track of the record. The first record he made is this one, okay, from 1994 I think, or 1995. Is mostly a instrumental record where I suggest to listen to the song. I don't remember the names. Okay. Kicking the Bucket, that is a really nice instrumental song with a lot of Van Halen influence, especially in the solo, and George Lynch. Okay. influence. Another song I like from this record is I'm reading from his site, Made in Heaven, okay, and Touch the Other Side, okay. Even this one was signed by him in the early 90s. Here you can see the sign, and it was curious because I was going to watch him playing live in this Belfagor pub restaurant. Upside and downside there was this disco place called Belfagor, and I was shy at the time to go to ask him to sign my CD. So my ex-girlfriend, or the girlfriend of that time, of those years, went by him asking the CD to be signed. So I got these curious things, reminds. I saw him playing live back then a lot of times. I think 4, 5, 6 times, and then I stopped in the early 2000 to seeing him live, or generally everyone live, because I got married, I had children, so I didn't have the time for going to watch a concert, and I restarted in the around 2012, and I was going to see also him live, and at the time he was playing with a Van Halen tribute band, and I suggest all of you, if you can, to go to watch him playing live, because the power he has in his tone is not easy to track in a CD or in a vinyl, because the tone he has live is too strong and too nice, too powerful to record it in a single CD. So I suggest really to go out and see him playing live. An important thing to point here is to say, in the early 90s, I remember well, he was playing with the VHT amps, okay, and those amps were really great. The tone was wonderful. Speaking of Dokken, he was aired by Dokken in 2003 for ending the leg of the European tour, and if I well remember, he made his first appearance live in Germany, and Don Dokken was trying him as guitarist during the European leg tour, the ending of the European leg tour, and if he was doing well or succeed, he was going to take him in the remaining part of the world tour from United States and so on, and he did it, but he started quite bad. I remember he told in a video I was watching lately that on the first gig live in Germany, he was like falling on the stage by kicking his pedal board. So he started in a funny way, in a weird way, in a nerd way, but he succeeded, and Dokken took them for the remaining tour in the United States, and he played with them I think 2 years live mostly, and I think he took the place of John Norum. I'm not sure of this. I'm not sure of this. He will confirm or not. And when he asked to Don Dokken or Dokken members of the band why they were taking him as guitarist with all the American really skilled guitarist Dokken could choose, why they chose him from Italy, and Don Dokken told him, or the management or Dokken told him that you are a skilled guitarist, of course, but we need a really able guitarist that arrive in time to the gigs, and that he does a normal life, okay, and without excess of and so they took him, and this is the proof, or how the guy, the guitarist, is yes, a lot skilled, a lot talented, but even a down to earth guy. And this is what I always saw from the Rosso, because I remember that in 2013, when this record came out, okay, that is the name of the record is Lions and Lambs. I was reading him by mail. I was exchanging with him mails, and he sent me this CD at home directly. He was answering directly to his fans by mail, and I was surprised because he was a down-to-earth guy, like can be me or my friends. Just with the difference that he played with Dokken and so on. He also played in some records that I should check with Steve Lukather, okay, of Toto, and even George Lynch. Even Don Dokken, I think, sang on some of his songs, okay. And those American famous guitarists or artists think about him that he's a colleague. Therefore, I'm saying that De Rosso should have more credit in Italy than he has. Okay, Brido, okay, Varini, okay, all the guitarists we have in Italy that are talented, but I'm making this video because I want to give him more credit, okay, because I think that around here he's the best one when we speak of hard rock, and not only hard rock music. Okay, I think I told everything about him I wanted to say. I made a quite long video. Speaking of his techniques, he's a bridge between mostly George Lynch and Van Halen. He uses a lot of tapping in his soloing, but he's a fast tapping that is more connected, I think, with George Lynch than Van Halen. Me, I can play Van Halen and not a lot of George Lynch because it is quite difficult for me. But I will try to show you a little bit of some techniques Alex De Rosso is playing. Just I'm trying. I remember I saw him doing some fast glissing notes with tapping like this, like this, and he glisses a lot with the tapping like this. That is in a Van Halen style, of course, but mostly he does those licks with tapping, glissing the notes between the left hand and the right hand fastly. Okay, I was trying to make a short example because I don't know how to play like Alex De Rosso. What I was playing in the beginning of the video were the intros of two tunes he recorded for Osimoro record that were displaced and inside the same. And I try to do my best, but I'm not a so skillful guitarist, but just I wanted to show you a little bit of De Rosso playing. So if you mind, you can go and search of some videos of him playing with Dokken. There are few of them in internet, in YouTube, and some of his soloing videos that sometimes you can find in YouTube, and so on. I ended the video that is too long, and I thank you for watching it, and I ask you, if you like the video, to put a like, of course, and subscribe to the channel. That you help me a lot to improve my channel. Sometimes I got some videos that are doing great, and sometimes I have some videos that doesn't get a lot of views. I'm seeing that when I teach, I try to teach Van Halen licks here and there, I got more views. Okay, perfect like this. So thanks for watching, keep on rocking, and see you next time. Bye.